coming through.
Oh, do
I
you
got Twitch.
You got Twitch, okay, that's fine. I won't have to bother.
And you need to check visuals and sound, please.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we haven't got a theme song.
We should.
Theme
We have
song.
a
I
theme
mean,
song.
the podcast has a little theme that plays at the beginning of it.
Yeah, we've got. I commissioned some music from a composer I know when we first set up. So that our podcast music is bespoke and owned by us. We can use that.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we broadcast for 2 seconds about half a minute ago, and then it ended. Oh, it went live again.
Should still be going.
Let's see. Oh, there we go.
It might be a bit sticky if you got a low connection.
Oh God, I look horrible.
You look delightful. Look at that
You're
chiseled.
so pretty.
What he said.
Look at that chiseled jaw.
All right, I've verified that the Twitch is up. I'm gonna close it. This is killing me.
Can you? Is the sound working?
Yes, it's working. I can hear it in my ears while you're talking.
That's how sound works. So I'm glad. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, and the sound is working.
Brilliant.
Just opening a window
Well-
because it was warm.
Welcome back,
Hop on the
viewers.
bike.
Welcome back, viewers, to Parallel Rules podcast, now Parallel Rules Twitch stream. I am Ben, I'm your Dungeon Master. With me I have Yana, Tom, and Angus. Everybody say hi.
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 You know, we've been away for a little while. It's mostly my fault. I've been moving house and I've been very busy. But we're back. We're excited to be back. We're not going to be streaming for quite as long tonight because we started a little bit later. But we're going to have, maybe an hour and a half of good old-fashioned RPG fun. If you missed our first episode, this episode is probably going to be super spoilerific for you. So I recommend checking out the episode 1 on YouTube, where we have the VOD uploaded. We've also released issue number 25 of the magazine, in which we announce what our format is going to be going forward. So you can head to our Drive-Thru RPG page for Parallel Publishing and pick up our magazine there. Is there anything I have missed? I don't think so. Say what? Okay.
Perfect.
Nothing from me.
Very good. Then let's jump right in. Previously in The War at the End of the World, our heroes of no affinity, Shax the Warlock, Cupboard the Goblin, and Blavian he doesn't really know what he is. We're living in the remnants below the world of Ivar, a place that was shrouded in darkness, made up of landmasses connected by rainbow bridges that you would come to learn were actually strands of hair from the goddess Arch, who sustains this world below the world. She told you of her brother, Ruin, who was cast down from the world of the gods, and in order to imprison him in this world's boundaries were sealed, basically, to create this eternal prison for him through the Elevar Spire, which is at the center of the capital city of Garridan in the world above. She told you that this message has been lost over time, and asked that you return to the world above to spread word of what exactly is going on. So, following her departure, the elevator spire, dear God, the Elevar Spire lit back up again, and you all traversed the remnants to make it back to the spire. Along the way, you had a couple of strange encounters, including one with a young girl who had some strange magical powers and seemed to have some kind of affinity for Shax that wasn't explained. Nevertheless, using the Cabsy heirloom and the Orb of Far Return, you traveled up through the Elevar Spire to return to the city of Garridan and found yourselves arriving in the inner city. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the map on the Roll20, since it's been approximately 8 billion years since we've been in Garridan. It'll be good to remember what the city looks like. So, this map is not to scale. Tom, if you can pull that up also. I don't know if you have it up already.
It's very dark in here.
You definitely do. Oh, is it not lit?
No, it's pitch black.
Oh, no.
Need some candles.
Oh, there it is.
Okay. How's that?
Lovely. Beautiful.
Yeah. So this map is obviously not to scale, but at the center of the city, we have the Elevar Spire, which you've just come out of. You have the core city, which is sort of like it's like a holy site, sort of like Jerusalem, where you have all these different monasteries and stuff that are set up around the small area around the Elevar Spire. Then you have the Nobles Ring, Sellers Ring, and Servants Ring, and then beyond that you have the Outer Boroughs, which is sort of where all of the refugees from the world's edge that is crumbling have come to arrive in the Outer Boroughs, and they've just kind of been living there in squalor. But as you emerged from the Elevar Spire into the core city, you looked around and saw, first of all, that the spire dimmed to grayness once more as you completed your journey. And all of the people in this area are standing stock still, frozen in grayscale. Almost like they're in some sort of suspended animation. The three of you are, fine. You're still you. Except for Blavian, who has a knife sticking out of his back.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that my knife?
It is a familiar knife. It is a glowing golden knife that the goddess Arch gave to you.
Yeah. Help me get it out, please. It's smarting. Can somebody pull it out?
I can't reach it.
You can't reach it. I'll bend down.
Okay. Blavian bends down. Cupboard, you're pulling the knife out.
Cool. I'll give it a yank.
Let's say a medicine check to try and pull it out without hurting your companion.
Flippin' twist it!
Right, medicine check.
Oh, I need the game log pulled up, don't I?
Has
There
that
we go.
rolled on?
Yeah.
Hey, look at that!
yeah.
God, the
There it
miracles
is.
of science. Look at that. Remarkable. 12. Is he dead?
That is a 12. He's not dead. He does take another 5 points of damage. But as you pull the blade out, there is a kind of radiant light, and the wound kind of seals over. And Blavian, you feel this surge in your mind as you recollect your life from before you descended into the Remnant. You remember the place that you're from and the people that you left behind.
Oh, how the fiddlesticks did I get here?
Turns out I'm quite a good doctor after all.
And it's a little bit foggy, but you seem to remember... Say what? It's a little bit foggy, but you seem to remember some of the incident that transpired just before you lost your memory.
Was that the falling part?
No, that was the part with the tower.
Oh.
Do you remember the tower?
Vaguely, there was a tower, and I think there was a fight at some point, and...
Okay, so it's a little foggy.
It's a bit foggy, yeah. It's actually genuinely a bit foggy.
We should
there was an elf,
that session.
and it's a bit of a but this isn't
we'll
right.
say Blavian's memories are foggy right now, and in between sessions, Angus and I will go over what happened.
It's come
It was
back
a
to
long
you,
time
but
ago.
not all of it.
Right.
I, for one, am very glad that you've managed to annotate this diagram with not to scale. If you hadn't done that, I would have been convinced that this was to scale, and I'd have been like, what is this, a city for ants?
No. I made that mistake in the last season, where I showed you this map, and you were like, oh, this is, that spire is really big, huh?
Oh, right, yeah. Oh, fair enough.
No.
Fair enough.
It is really big.
It is big,
It's
but it's
also
not that big.
It's not to scale,
Not
though.
glowing
Angus.
right now.
It's not glowing. The usual ambient sort of lava lamp glow of the Elevar spire is completely gone. The sun is overhead. It's daytime.
Oh,
When you say that everybody's grayscale, do you mean that they're in black and white? I'm afraid I don't actually know what grayscale means.
More or
that's
less,
exactly
yeah.
what grayscale means.
Yeah.
That is what it means. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Are they actually, and I'm staggering to my feet at this point, calcified?
That's a good word.
It's hard to tell. Nobody's right next to where you are, so you don't. If you want to go over to somebody and take kind of a closer look, you can.
I will do
Yeah, I
that.
think
I
I-
will go over to the nearest person. Where's the nearest person?
Gonna hobble over. Once I've recovered
Try
that
to-
golden knife off.
Poke someone and see if they're squishy or if they're like stone.
There's a
Shax.
there's a cluster of human men and women in robes that are about 30 feet away from you. They are down on their knees. They're kind of hands and knees, kind of in this. I can't.
Oh, God bother us, for goodness sake.
They're in a supplicatory pose in front of the spire.
Cupboard,
When did these
as
guys
you-
get off?
Cupboard scampers towards them and diligently starts investigating their ears.
Okay. As you get up close, you can tell the sort of substantive appearance, like the texture of their bodies and skin and clothing seems the same. It's just the color that's different. Are you making physical contact, or
I'm going to lick one.
you're gonna
Get your
lick
tongue
one?
out of his ear!
I'm going to give one a little lick.
Yeah,
Let's
you
let it go.
you extend
Ugh.
your wriggling goblin tongue towards this innocent individual's ear. As your tongue comes in contact with the surface of the skin, you find that it's weirdly kind of tasteless, flavorless. Like, I assume you've licked human skin before. There's none of the kind of salt and general warmth that you would expect to find from human skin.
I'd like to
It's-
agree. I find this entire scene quite tasteless, Cupboard.
These people don't taste right. They taste.
And-
They don't taste salty enough.
And there's a weird stiffness. Like the ear moves with the pressure, but it does so slowly.
Do you typically
like
lick
it's
people, Cupboard?
I've licked people before. Occasionally, these ones just taste weird, and they move weird as well. They don't bounce back very quickly. And they don't taste very salty.
So
Which
yeah,
one
that's
over?
kind of what you gather.
That's a fun point, I guess.
Do I get any earwax out of this person's ear?
You can dig some earwax out. Are you doing it with your tongue? Please
With
say
his
no.
No, I'm not doing it with my tongue. I'll do it with a goblin fingernail. And I'll scrape it
Alright,
into a
goblin
little
fingernail.
pouch that I have for just this
It's
scenario.
it's more effort than you would expect, but you managed to get out this gray ooze. That'll definitely make for some interesting candle substance.
He'll be here for days doing all these people.
I've got some grey ooze, haven't I? I can make some scented candles now, or maybe some of that posh soap. Turns out I've heard that posh soap is really lucrative as well. People love it. People love a bit of posh soap.
Well, you might be able to clean up with some soap.
Anyway, what do you reckon's going on with all these people then?
Honestly, I don't know. Arcana?
Yeah, Arcana would probably be appropriate.
Right, okay. Oh look, I'm rubbish at that. Here we go. 23!
Nice.
Yeah, you'd better tell your dice that you're rubbish at that. With a 23, I'll tell you first of all, this is some form of magical stasis. These people are alive. They haven't been, petrified or turned to stone or anything like that.
This is highly unusual.
Yeah. There is. It's not that there is some force that is acting on them. There is a force that is absent from them, and the absence of this force is causing their bodies to have basically no energy inside them.
So, where is their
So-
life?
Yeah, pretty much. There's no life in there. And they're alive, but they're not living at the moment, if that makes sense.
Does it look like this could be Ruin's work?
I don't think you know that much about Ruin,
I don't
to be
think I
honest.
do, no. But I'm pretty sure
But-
it's not Ark's work, which would by default make it Ruin's.
Yeah. Thematically, Ruin's power has been associated with the color red. And you don't see any traces of red here.
Ooh, that's interesting. Okay, all right. So what color is associated with black and white?
Black and white is what's associated with black and white.
Oh, sorry,
It's associated
not
with
color.
the rainbow, of which
What,
red is one of those colours.
what power? I guess is a better question.
There isn't
You're
one.
not familiar with any.
Okay.
But if you go through the list of powers that we know about, there are 3. We've got Ruin, we've got Ark, and we've got what the fuck she's praying to.
Hmm.
I was expecting a knife at that point, but
Little non-kittens. The question is, where is the life that used to be in those people?
Yeah,
Did you see
Where
yeah.
did
That's the question, all right, says Cupboard as he diligently digs as much earwax out of these people who are on the floor as he possibly can, scampering between them like a rabid little, like a goblin.
When I
I
came up
think
with
the
this
good question
concept,
would be, is this everyone, or are there some people who are not like this?
I wonder if Ashby's like this. I wonder if he's all black and white and not very salty.
Who's Ashby?
Ashby, our mate. Ashby, the one with no eyebrows. He
You're not
floats.
helping.
He floats.
Oh,
doesn't
where is Aspie?
he lives in Ashby's tower. Look here. Hold on. I can
I can
draw.
see it on the map.
pulls out a
I
map.
can see it on the map. It's okay.
He lives there.
In fact,
doesn't
if I consult my map, I'm pretty sure it's marked on there.
Yeah, you do have a magic map. Why do I keep forgetting that?
Yay! I'll look at the magic map.
Okay. You look at the magic map. I had thought that it showed just the world below. Am I wrong about that? Did I say
When you
otherwise?
turn it over, it's on the back.
I don't know,
Okay.
but this feels very Harry Potter-esque. Right?
It is.
And then I swear that I'm up
Oh,
to
you
no
swear.
good.
Yes, exactly. You flip the map over on the other side. You do see sort of a topographical map of what appears to be some kind of circular city with drastically different building layouts going outwards from the center. And you do see one building that seems to have been marked in such a way to suggest that it's, relatively tall, but it's, among a bunch of other buildings that are also very tall.
But it's caught my attention.
Yeah, it's got a little sparkle, a little magical zest around it.
I think that's where we should go.
All right, Zest.
That magical zest. I love that.
How do we get there?
It's going to be
I don't know. That way.
my new phrase. So y'all want to head northwest?
I mean, that's
Well, I don't know which way is north, so I couldn't tell you which way is northwest.
I don't know. Let's follow the guy with the amnesia. I'm all for that.
Northwest
Okay.
is
Go for it.
Northwest is Ashby's tower. If this map is orientated like
Correctly, yes.
correctly,
It is.
then Ashby's tower is to the northwest.
Yes.
That's the direction we should go in. But
All right.
Bear in mind, I'm new here.
All right. I've been there before. I can probably lead us. And the cat woman,
Right.
she's been there before as well.
Right. Follow the goblin in that case.
Cupboard scampers
All
off
right,
towards the northwest, towards Ashby's tower. Games Master,
All right, very good.
would I remember the way to Ashby's tower? I've never actually done it from the Elevar Spire before.
That's true. This section is usually off limits to, excuse me, rabble. But
But I see the zest. I see the zest twinkling. It calls
you,
me.
you see the zest twinkling in the distance, and also you've lived in this world before, and you can sort of judge by the sun. Yes.
Before we depart the frozen god botherers, are any of them wearing religious symbols?
Yeah. You can tell that these are worshippers of the god Actually, go ahead and make a religion check.
Oh, okay. Religion.
Have you make knowledge checks instead of just giving you information.
Did that roll?
23. No, that's
Um,
Arcana. Sorry, that's your old Arcana.
Sorry, yeah, I didn't roll. I heard a bleep and then realised it must have actually been you.
It was me.
Yeah, it's okay. I've only got a 9 on. For some reason, I rolled twice.
yeah.
Do you want the first result?
No, I got it. So, Cupboard with your 12, because you live here, and Blavian with your 18, even though you don't, you recognize the symbol of a candle, which is the symbol of Denir, the god of cartography, knowledge, scholarship, and you know that Denir is kind of the considered the ruling deity of the city of Garridan.
That's interesting.
Nice.
The temple is in charge with all sorts of administrative and political responsibilities.
So now we have 4 gods.
The interesting part is, as you know from your recent conversation with the goddess Arch, Denir has no access to this world.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Like all the other gods.
Which is why these god botherers are a bunch of idiots, because they can bother the god all they want and it doesn't happen. I mean...
Speaking of the god
dear.
botherers, would it be alright if I quickly check them for anything valuable?
I
Absolutely.
was waiting for that.
Go ahead.
The thing is, how come Denir doesn't have any access to this world? I have access to this world. And her master and mistress thing has access to this world. So there are ways to get access.
Maybe we'll find out in the fullness of time.
Questions.
Games Master, what do I roll to search these prone god botherers for valuable things?
Please do roll sleight of hand check for me.
I mean, alright, they're not exactly gonna in much of a
I
position
understand.
to Oh wow!
Yeah,
Seven.
probably not
Yes.
going to resist much.
As you go to loot these inanimate forms, the process which has, so to speak, drained the life from them has done something strange to the possessions on their body, where it's kind of like they're stuck fast, like there's some kind of adhesive on their skin. You find it's difficult to get into pockets and things like that.
I'm sure it's only gold. Why would you want that anyway?
I was just searching them for any clues. I was just looking to see if there are any clues in their pockets. You know.
Oh, look, Cupboard! Everyone's got a notebook that tells us about everything we need to know.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, exactly that. Turns out, actually, their skin's quite sticky, and their pockets are really hard to get your hands into.
However, there is in front of this group of kneeling supplicants, there's kind of an offering plate, which is scattered with various small gemstones.
I'll save these just in case anybody might come along with nefarious intent. Cupboard scoops off the gems and puts them in his pocket. They'll be safe there.
I'm sure.
Sounds like whatever took the life out of these people is trying to also somewhat preserve them. It almost seems like a way of, some kind of
Holding the world in
conservation
stasis?
technique of their, physical bodies, whilst life is, not within them, if that
That's
makes
true.
sense.
That's true.
Doesn't seem like Arch's MO, though.
Cupboard, go ahead and mark on your character sheet somewhere that you have 250 gold pieces and gemstones.
How do I add 200? Oh, hold on. Currency. 250 gold pieces. 250 gold pieces? Brilliant! Oh, wow. I'm going to be so rich. I now have 1,144 gold pieces and 15 platinum pieces, which is equal to 150 gold pieces. So,
Well, you're paying
I'm
for the next round.
sure you'll be able to spend them on something nice in this world where we don't see a living soul. That's very incredible.
yeah, all right, Catwoman. All right. I accept your cynicism. I didn't expect anything more. When first nice bar we come across, I'll show you all. that my money's still good here, and I'll buy us all a lovely drink. How about that?
As you all
Appreciated.
as you all sort of, do your back and forth, you begin to hear this weird whispering in your heads. And as you look around the square, you see kind of the first instance of movement and color that you've seen since you arrived here. You see this weird green fog, which is kind of slowly crawling across the ground in your direction.
I don't like the look of that.
Don't know how I feel about
Green
that
is never my
fog.
colour.
Looks a bit weird, doesn't it?
It's almost like a trail that appears to be leading out of this kind of central area.
It's green. It must be associated with goblins.
So if we go towards Ashby's tower, will we be fleeing from the green mist?
It's sort of diagonal. So going this way is where the green fog is, and Ashby's tower is like that way. So a 90-degree angle.
Okay. If we go this way, it's at a 90-degree angle to that green fog. We should do that. Let's go to Ashby's tower. Now that I've secured the area.
Yeah, okay. Let's do that.
I'm pretty sure one of you speaks Infernal, right?
I speak Infernal.
Right.
Being an Infernal.
The whispers in your head resolve into a voice that whispers in Infernal saying, "Come free me."
Mom, is that you?
Come free me.
Mom? Anyone else hear that?
God, is that you? It's me, Blavian.
So you're taking off for Ashby's tower?
Well,
actually, there's voice is coming the other way, isn't it? We should probably go towards the voice.
What are you talking about?
No.
Yeah,
He's speaking to you in some he's speaking to you in a demon language, and you want to follow it. No, we're going to Ashby's tower and see where.
Well, the number of curses that came out of your mouth the other day was worse than any demon language.
Oi, shut up, Horny! You're the one who's crackers hearing voices. You're nuts, mate.
Her voice, she's the one that's telepathetic.
You're pathetic with your voices.
Yes, I'm prophetic. I'm telling you we should go that way.
Yeah, only because you've got some schizo voice in your head telling you where to go. Honestly, we've got to go to Ashby's tower.
But that's this way.
Can I use? Okay. Here's the thing. Can I use dissonant whispers and make him hear? I'm telling him. I want to tell him, in his head that we have to go to Ashby's tower. I want to use dissonant whispers on him.
Go for it.
I guess so. Go ahead and make a wisdom save, Blavian.
Ooh, how do I do that? I rolled my wisdom, yes? I'm not very wise.
Well, there's a... Yeah, that works. All right.
I'm not very wise.
No. So you take 13 points of psychic damage.
That's a general hit points. I'm still alive!
Hey.
Not for much longer.
You're looking very...
You hear these maddening, twisted words in your head. They're not infernal. There's some other kind of weird eldritch language that kind of drive you in a different direction. The direction of Ashby's tower.
You're looking very peaky all of a sudden.
I feel like I've had too much to drink. I need to sit down and have a rest.
Not yet. Come on. There's benches in Ashby's tower. On we go. Come on.
Somebody guide me.
Furball, you guide him.
You're impatient to see Mrs. Tinhay. Wait,
no, it's not that. It's not that at all. I just think that it would be quite useful to meet Ashby and find out what's going on. That's it. That's all.
I feel really sick.
Yeah, fair enough.
Come on in.
I think I'm gonna hurl.
Poor Blavian, there's hardly a mark on him, but he just looks so awful.
You look rubbish, mate. You look terrible.
That's what you get. That's what you get for trying to steal my book.
To my right, Shax is there. I can't be sick there.
Cupboard runs
You'll
away.
be fine.
I'm not being vomited on by a demon. Cupboard scampers away. Come on, you bastard!
You continue making your way through the city. As you do, you notice that even as you get further out from the Elevar Spire, people are still in the same kind of frozen grayscale state. Just everyone you see is just frozen. Expressions vary from kind of concern and fear to casual laughter. If you think of this as kind of like a snapshot in a moment, it seems almost like a normal day in the city, except that there is this kind of heightened tension and anxiety going on. But you make your way. I need all of you to go ahead and make perception checks for me.
Feels very tense here, doesn't it?
Oh, it's getting exciting.
Am I by any chance disadvantaged because I feel so bloody awful?
No, you're fine.
24!
Nice! You are not disadvantaged.
But I'm playing up for it.
Yeah, Blavian, you are doing just fine. Excuse me.
Yeah, but I did the Drunken Master thing, draped over whoever's propping me up. It'd have to be Shax since the goblins run away.
I'm not getting vomited on by crazy man here. I'm not sticking around to get thrown up on. No, sir.
By the way, I've got an eye for detail, so I'm really good at spotting hidden creatures and objects.
Yes. Use right at your feet. Yep. As you where was I?
I've just noticed something, Ben. Can I use my second wind to recover some of my lost hit points, please?
Absolutely, you can. Roll that d10.
If I tag that. D10 plus 2. Look at that. 11
Nice.
points back.
Lovely.
Thank goodness for that. Back up to 17.
As you make your way,
You're still nuts, though.
as you make your way down these crowded streets of what your companions tell you is the Noble's Ring, you notice that same green fog. There's kind of a string of it that is passing over your heads and over the rooftops of some of the buildings, leading kind of left to right. You don't hear the whispers, but you see this trail of green fog like the one that was approaching you.
And it's
I think
from between the buildings.
Yeah, it's like passing over the buildings.
I think we're being observed.
I don't like that green fog. Looks weird, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it?
It doesn't look natural. The last time I saw anything that bad, it was.
Investigate that.
I've given up looking for natural, mate. We've got non-salty black and white people. We've got green fog. We've got you with your miraculous stab wound that heals up really quickly. Even though I didn't know I was that good a doctor. It's all weird, isn't it?
Can
Yeah, I think I'm
roll
feeling a bit queasy again.
investigation what's happening? Can I figure out something by observing it more closely?
Yeah, go to make a religion check for me, Shax. I'll give you advantage on this, actually.
Cool,
It's you.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead and roll a second time.
Nice. Can you do any better than that?
Fingers crossed.
No, she can't.
And no!
There's this weird fog. There's this demon language that Blavian was able to understand. You don't know, man. This is weird.
Maybe you should consult that horrible book of yours.
Don't you speak of my book.
Did you do that without moving your lips?
would the book help, potentially?
Cupboard, I have to ask, how much earwax are you exhuming as you make your way through the city?
If people are on their hands and knees, I'll stop to have a cursory poke. and a cursory scrape.
There's not a lot of hands and knees outside of the core ring, the core city.
All right.
As you move into the nobles ring, it's a bunch of fat rich people.
These are all fat rich people, and I can't reach their ears. So no.
They're also probably particularly clean, so they're probably not very waxy.
Yeah,
what you really need is a dirty troll in the servants' ring. You'll get a ton out of them.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, that's what I want. These people look
Isn't
like
that
good
direction?
customers, though. I bet if they weren't black and white and frozen, they'd want to buy loads of scented candles. Bet they would. Especially with this tense atmosphere. I bet they all need calming down with some lovely scented candles. Or some
Is this a tense atmosphere?
Or some scented soap, maybe. I want to go into scented soaps. Yeah, the Games Master helpfully told us that the atmosphere was very tense.
Yeah. I think that's probably coming from Shax, and I keep mentioning a horrible book.
Oi!
I
Verbal!
wonder what made you feel so bad earlier.
Does your book have anything about green fog in it?
No, it doesn't.
Oh.
Never mind. Let's move swiftly on.
As you move swiftly on, engaging in a little bit of back and forth, you hear a sound coming from a nearby alley. Almost like a voice, and then you hear the scurrying of feet.
I can hear some feet.
Daggers? Chasing? Running?
Well, depends which direction the feet going, towards us or away from us.
They appear to be going away from you.
I can run after them.
Okay. You book it into the alley. Cupboard and Shax?
I'll run after them as well. Why not?
I'm going to go for the high ground if it's possible to get up onto the first story at the first opportunity.
We'll say that there's a there's a
very acrobatic
repair work being done on one of the nearby buildings, and there's a ladder that you can kind of scramble up onto the roof of the building.
Mm-hmm.
As this is the Nobles Ring, a lot of buildings are extremely tall because horizontal space is kind of at a premium in this part of the city. But they often have sort of balconies and stuff on the first story from which they can look down on people in the street. So you're kind of jumping from balcony to balcony as you chase this figure that you can see ahead of you. A little bit smaller, I guess kind of like cupboard-sized. You see child-sized. You see it turn its head and look at you and then dive around a corner.
He's a very good height, isn't he? He's perfect height, that figure that we're chasing. I can't help noticing. Very handsome
probably. Right. I will go after it.
Yeah. As you continue leaping from balcony to balcony, cupboard coming alongside, you follow the corner that they turned around, and you see this figure, which is it appears to have come into. Sorry, I can't talk today. Appears to have come to a dead end in an alley where there's just kind of a brick wall with no visible doors, and they're just kind of scrambling around at the edges, and then turn to face you as you arrive, and you see a gnomish figure, what looks to be a young male gnome, dressed in kind of yellowy wizard robes, and covered as you actually come around the corner a little bit behind Blavian. You recognize this figure as sparks emit from his fingers, and he shouts in a gnomish voice, "Stay back! I'm dangerous!"
There you are, Sparky!
And Cupboard, well, maybe you don't remember him, but there was a fellow named Stimpy Wimpy Twiddletwigs.
Stimpy Wimpy!
Well, my previous character would remember him.
Yes! I could never, repeat the name, but I was hoping it would be this guy. Nice.
What are you doing here?
Cupboard?
Yeah, that's me. What are you doing here? I remember you.
I'm a small boy.
I mean, I live here. What do you talk? Of course I'm here. What do you mean?
What's going on here? Why is everybody all grey and not salty enough?
I mean, you're not gray and not salty. What are you talking about?
Those people, all the people, look at them. They're all black and white and stopped. And if you lick them, not that I have, because that would be weird. But if you lick them, they don't have the normal salty taste like people do. They taste like, I don't know. They taste like nothing. It's weird.
Yeah, that is weird. Also, who is that with the daggers and hanging from a balcony?
That's he's part of my entourage. He's a bit weird. He's nuts, actually. Don't say anything because it's impolite, and you don't. It's not nice to talk about people, you know. But actually, he's a bit. He's not all there. He's just don't hold eye contact. Just be polite and non-committal. If he talks to you, if you start saying, "Oh, I'm hearing voices," then just be like, "Oh, okay, that's nice, yeah." But don't engage him. Just try to be a bit, you know. He'll go away if you don't pay him any attention. I'm sure. He just keeps following me around. He's obviously compelled by my aura.
Okay, that's nice. Yeah.
Yes, I am completely compelled by his aura. What is your bidding, master?
Shut up, Looney! I'm having a conversation with this hilariously named child.
Is
He's a child.
Miss Shax with you also, or is she?
Yeah.
We left her back there.
I just, stylishly arrive at the same.
Oh, there
Very
she is.
slowly.
Unmistakable.
Yeah. So what's going on anyway?
Well, it's kind of a long story, but not long after. What do I remember? So like, there was like a heist, right? And we were doing like a heist, and we were getting like a thing.
Yeah.
And then
Do we have time for a long story?
Shush.
you guys went into that castle thing, the tower or what, the mansion.
Yeah.
And you were there for a while, and then there was a
I
giant
remember a
monster.
tower.
Oh, do you?
We heroically
Yeah,
fought a big monster there, didn't we? It was very
was
Something
heroic.
blue and glowy.
There was a big monster and a tower. You fought that thing? It was huge.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. Yeah. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, you know.
I guess so. It seemed like no offense to you guys, you've proven yourselves very capable. That seemed like a bigger monster than you were capable of handling.
Yeah, people often underestimate us.
But
It's a bit unfortunate.
But afterwards, there was this big like flash, from like the top of the tower, and then a light flew off towards the Elevar Spire. And the Elevar Spire just went, dark. It was just like, it was weird. It was the first time in the city's history that the Elevar Spire wasn't shining.
Is that when all these
Fendel
people
off
went all
balcony.
black and white and stopped?
Yeah, they did. I mean, I felt this like weird lethargy, and I was like really tired, but I think, okay, mostly. But everybody else just seemed like really weak and weird. And then Ajpi came out. He was fine, and he was like, oh no, something great and terrible has happened. And he, set me off to try and figure out what was going on.
What was you running from just now?
Well, I heard voices, and I didn't know if they were friendly or not. And then I saw a blood man with knives appear on a balcony like he was hunting after me. So I thought I'd better run away.
Yeah, that's very sensible. Don't worry, he's just completely insane.
That
It's
makes
true,
me
I
feel
am completely
much
insane.
better, I guess.
Is old Ashby still in his tower?
I mean, he might be. He went off somewhere, I think, to like maybe try and figure out how to reverse what happened, but I haven't seen him. We should probably find him. He probably knows a lot about this stuff.
Yeah,
You're a
alright.
wizard, aren't
I
you?
would imagine so. Yeah. Where should
Is
we
that
look
child
for-
a wizard?
Okay, I can only hear you if one person talks at once. If two people talk at once, I can't make you out.
Is the child a wizard?
He's very rude. He's insane. Don't take it personal. He's completely unhinged.
I was just gonna assume I hadn't heard that, but I'm not a child. I am a gnome.
You
Is
know
that different
what?
from a child?
I want to blast Blavian with another set of dissonant whispers, just to prove that the child is a wizard and that he should be very afraid. There you
Okay.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Blavian, make a wisdom save.
Oh dear, here we go.
3.
Is my head on top?
You look at this childish figure as you're wondering, is this a child? And then you feel pain in your mind, along with the voice saying, "This is no child." And you take 16 points of psychic damage.
I'm down to my last hit point.
He gets very bad headaches, does our friend.
Oh, I feel very ill. I'll be sick off the balcony.
You see Stimpy kind of, what's the word? Stifle a laugh, and he says, "Oh no, you look to be in such pain. Are you okay, stranger?"
He's alright.
He's fine.
Alright.
Yeah.
Don't worry. He'll be fine.
I'm lying down on the job. I don't feel well.
Well, my name is Stimplewimple Twiddledwigs. I'm the Archmage Osby's kind of apprentice. It's nice to meet you.
Good. Can you take us to Ashby, please? Oh, you're gross. You are absolutely can't take you anywhere. You've got no manners, have you?
Yeah, I guess let's sort of, kind of give it a try. See if we can find him, because he knows stuff.
Yeah, all right.
For sure.
All right, Stimpy,
You know what I should have done, don't you?
What's that?
I should have used a hellish rebuke on whoever did that to me.
Too little, too late, mate.
It's okay. It's coming next time, Yana.
Well, if you get,
I'll get in your back for the book.
yeah, you've only got 1 hit point. She doesn't have to do much. You won't be able to. There won't be any rebukes at all.
Yeah, if she scratches your face with her claws, you're unconscious.
Yep. Well, we'll deal with that when we get there.
Oi, Stimpy, can you help our friend here? Because he looks like he's got another one of his migraines that he seems to be getting quite regular all of a sudden.
Well, I can't really help him. I'm not much of sort of a healing person, but if we wanted to kind of sit and take a break, maybe you could get some natural recovery going.
No, not really. Actually, him being on 1 hit point sounds about right. Let's come on. Let's crack on. On we go. Come on, time is money, mate. Come on.
Right, so the last time I saw Ashby was at like the Cabsea mansion, so maybe we should start there and kind of like work our way out or something.
All right, lead the way.
Okie dokie. And he starts waddling down the street.
Cupboard will follow him.
Very good.
Come on, you two.
Yeah,
Down off the balcony,
Following.
very slowly.
As you're walking along, he says, "Now, we haven't sort of managed to figure out kind of what's going on with all the weird people, but best we're able to figure out, there's some kind of sleepy wave or something that came over the city, and people
right now.
Yeah, and you weren't even here, I guess. But people who were caught up in the sleepy wave, they just sort of fell asleep. I'm sorry. It's been weird, but for like a few days or like a couple of weeks, the spire was just like grayed out, and I was just going around trying to figure out what was going on, and then the spire lit up again, and all the people woke up. That lasted, I don't know, like a couple of hours, and then just now it went dark again, and they all froze again.
When we arrived.
Have you
Yeah,
seen
where
the?
have you been?
But we just arrived.
We've been on holiday.
On holiday.
Yeah,
It's true. The rainbows were lovely.
we went down to this. We've been on holiday in a place somewhere below the world. It's a really long story. We've been somewhere. We've been on
It's hard to
holiday.
explain.
Yeah, it's hard to
It's
explain.
like a very, very hard
Spent
place
most of my
to
time in
find.
the
Like
bathhouse.
it's like a hipster vacation, in a place that nobody has ever heard of. It's one of those things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were being digital nomads in a really in
There was
a
the goddess of disco and her hair was brightly coloured.
shut up, lunatic.
Y'all are using a lot of words that I don't really recognize, almost like they don't belong in this world.
All right. Have you seen the green floaty stuff above the houses?
Oh, yeah!
What is it?
I think it's some kind of message. There's this thing, like, how a lot of people fell asleep. Well, it seems like not everybody fell asleep. Like, there are beings that are particularly powerful. Like, I went by a circus, and kind of the bigger animals, like the mammoths and the giant apes and stuff like that, they're still awake and tromping around. I guess they kind of were just too powerful to sort of be affected by the sleeping whatever. So if I had to guess, I would say that there's something pretty powerful in the city that's trying to like send out messages or something like that.
That would explain why I've not been sent to sleep, I suppose.
Because you're so powerful?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Why are you still awake?
I'm a wizard. I have like magic and stuff, and I'm like strong and stuff.
Oh, sure, yeah.
He's a boy wizard.
Shut up! Ignore
I'm
him.
I'm not a
wizard.
boy. I'm a gnome. I'm a man, a gnome.
Ignore him. Ignore him. He's not usually this racist.
Oh, right. What was it? Yes, that sounds very nice.
All right. So how many? So have you not seen? Since when was the last time you saw Ashby?
Like a couple of weeks ago or something?
When the spire lit up again for a bit.
No, it was when the spire went dark the first time. And he came out of the Capsy mansion and he was like, oh no, we gotta figure it out.
And then where did he go?
He went off to investigate and stuff.
Right.
Because he's like a powerful wizard.
Figure it out.
Right.
Is he a boy wizard too?
Shut up! He's not a boy wizard. He's the clever mage head boss chap of this whole city, and he was my friend. So yeah.
Yeah, he summoned a big scaly thing to attack a mansion.
Did he
Sounds
summon
very
that?
friendly. Yes.
Yeah, he looks around kind of conspiratorially. It was part of those preparations that he talked to you about was creating a distraction.
It was
So that you guys...
That was quite a distraction. I was quite distracted, I remember, at the time when it was tearing the tower down that we were standing in. I remember being quite distracted.
I can imagine. I confess. I was a little bit scared and I ran and hid.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Don't worry, not everybody can be brave.
Well,
What are we talking?
okay.
Alright, so you were taking us to Ashby.
Right. Yeah, no, I figured we could go to the Capsy mansion and retrace, kind of like follow steps and see where he would have gone.
Yeah, alright, let's do that.
All right. And as he's leading you through the street, you begin to hear more voices up ahead. Kind of low-pitched. Yes, I am. Does anybody speak Draconic?
Hold on.
Nope, don't do that one. Nope.
Hold on. Where do I find this?
They're right on the character sheet on the front, bottom left, under your tools and weapons and armor. If you look at where your
Yes, I
stats
do.
are and just run down.
Hey,
I do. Nice. I
nice.
speak it.
You hear these voices in Draconic saying things like, continue the loading process, and eat the rich.
Wow. Why did
Cupboard.
That wasn't me. What are you looking at me for?
Someone just said they want to eat you.
Who wants to eat me? What do you
Wasn't
mean?
me.
What do you mean? Someone said they want to eat me? What are you talking about?
They said eat the rich. You've acquired quite a few assets lately, so
No,
I feel like you might be in danger.
I'm a member of
They're
the
not worth anything.
I'm a member of the prosperous mercantile class. I'm not rich. Anyway, what are you talking about? What voices? What are you talking about?
You do hear
What voices?
this low hissing voice in a language that you don't recognize.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Oh, you understand that, do you?
Yep, yeah, I do. I studied Draconic in high school for 3
I'm
years.
pretty
so
sure
I
it's parcel tongue.
And as you look ahead of you, you see kind of an interesting sight. You see, for one thing, what appears to be a crocodile that is just prowling around through the streets, brushing past grayscale frozen individuals. And you see several lizard-like humanoids, which appear to be in the process of picking up people in stasis and loading them onto a cart a short distance away from you. And they don't
Is the
appear
cart
to have
pulled by a
noticed you
crocodile?
yet.
Is the cart pulled by a crocodile?
It's not pulled by it's not pulled by anything. It's just sitting there.
Well, it won't be going very far then.
Is the cart there?
Yeah, that's the cart.
Okay.
Hello, people!
You call out to these individuals, and they all snap to attention.
Oh no.
And this reptilian person, who appears to be a little bit bigger and buffer than the others, looks to you all and holds up a hand and says, "Let your footsteps be slowed," in Draconic, and the others stop walking. And then it calls out to you in common. It says, "How do you come from this to this place?" That's in kind of broken common.
Well, there was a blue glowing thing in a portal in a tower, and I think someone stabbed me in the back, and then I'm here. Well, I wasn't here, I was there. Downstairs, I think, before we got upstairs, and now we're here.
Yeah, that's right.
You were downstairs, but you weren't in the tower before I was downstairs, and there was all this blue glowing stuff, and there was something dripping, and oh, there was an elf. Anyone remember the elf?
Cupboard is edging slightly backwards from this terrifying reptilian monster thing.
The reptilian person kind of rears up and says, "Your words try to confuse.
I'm so glad to finally found a real person. These guys are driving me mad."
I mean, you can get on their cart, mate, if you want. You can go with
where are we going?
You can go with old Munchy T-Rex man if you want.
Where are we going?
You can count me out.
We are bringing justice to these oppressors."
Oh, that's great idea. What do you do?
There you go. Off you go, Blavian. You go get some justice.
They refused us haven. They stayed here in their safe places and left us where the wind bites and the bug gnaw.
The scumbags. How racist of them. It's outrageous they should treat you like that.
What are you anyway?
We are the lizard folk.
Right.
What a racist question is that? They're clearly lizard folk.
That was probably a stupid question on my part, wasn't it? Sorry.
Don't worry, he's only a child.
Oi, shut up, you lunatic! I'm not a child. I'm a perfectly proportioned goblin. You're just an ugly, lanky, ill-proportioned giant. That's what you are. I'll have you know that I'm perfectly proportioned. You're Blisskiss.
Viscous.
Right, it's a nice name. Yeah, very sibilant. Very nice, very nice. Well, I don't suppose you've seen Ashpete around, have you?
What is an ashpee?
He's a bloke with no eyebrows. He's a very powerful wizard bloke.
You notice Stimpy kind of slipping off to the side.
Stimpy,
And he says,
where's you going?
he kind of shoots you an exasperated look like, man, why are you ratting me out? Viscous doesn't seem to notice. He says, sorry, what was the... Oh, Ashby, right. He says, have not seen wizard. All of them sleeping, except you.
Yeah, we're very awake. We're very wide awake, except the tall one here.
You're not sleeping either.
Yeah.
We comes from the outside. The city
So did I.
sleeps. We bring justice while the city sleeps.
Good. I think they absolutely deserve it.
Just out of interest, what does justice mean exactly? What are you going to do to them?
Eat their flesh.
Right. Yeah, you're going to eat their flesh. Yeah, that does sound fair. Cupboard's going to scamper after Stimpy down this alleyway.
Are we still in the noble ring? So these are nobles are loading onto a cart.
Yeah, these are extremely well-dressed individuals.
They look
fucking deserve it.
They look delicious. Have a nice barbecue. See you later. They look terribly Moorish. Hope you have a nice day.
You also see these glowing green threads of fog that are coming from this direction that are starting to snake their way towards these individuals.
Oi,
I don't know if that matters to you at all.
Furball, do you want, shall we? We ought to go, Furball. These people are crazy. Look, they're going to eat them. Come on, let's go.
It's been lovely. Carry on.
Okay.
We're looking for a place.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I mean, what can you do? You want
What
to
can
find
you do?
Ashby.
Sometimes the lizard folk just want to eat people.
Yeah, well, just let the, flesh-eating Argonians do their thing. Whatever. We need to find Ashby.
I think Angus is frozen or something.
I'm still here.
Oh, okay. All right. You leave the lizard folk to their business, and you keep on going through the city.
Lovely folk.
Mhm.
Yeah, they seem very nice.
And they're cleaning the place up spectacularly.
You know, if this was some kind of game, then I imagine, and it had some sort of benevolent overlord who was crafting unique experiences for the players. That person would probably be really frustrated that we'd just completely torpedoed their combat encounter right now.
What's a torpedo?
I was actually out of character. I thought you might actually help them with what they were doing.
Cool, nice.
I think we're doing quite well without our help, and I'm only got 1 hit point left, so I'm not really interested in getting too close.
Yeah.
See what nice people they were.
Yeah, they were lovely. Yeah.
You had this really bad, thing in your head about them, and they just talked to us quite the thing.
I had this very accurate assessment that they were probably going to eat people, and being a person, I thought it was probably best to absent myself from the situation.
Well, not being a person, I don't particularly care if they eat people.
Define a person.
Well,
what are you trying to say, Furball?
Just not human.
Did you just call him not a person? that racist against goblins?
What? You're still a person, just not human. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not like one of you people.
Yes.
Actually, you're not human, are you? You're like just something else. I don't even know.
There are no humans here.
Human. I'm fucking tabaxi. What are you on about?
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to the bloke with horns, wasn't I?
Just what? Whatever.
Very fashionable. Everyone will have
Go
them one
find
day.
Ashby.
Yeah, where's Ashby? Oh, Stimpy, where's Ashby?
You should get a hat with horns. You could at least then play along.
You're making your way down the street. You see the Cabsey Manor looming ahead in the distance. Kind of squatter than the buildings around it. It seems like it was constructed in the time before the real estate became kind of limited. So you've got the big central complex made of black stone, and then the towers on either side. The western tower, incidentally, appears to have been totally wrecked. You can see the top of it has just been torn off and landed in the ground nearby, crushing another mansion. You see great kind of torn up surface ground nearby, as if some kind of great clawed being had recently been here. And you see bodies that are not grayscale, that seem to be in some kind of decay, as if they've just been kind of lying dead here for a while. And Stimpy, holding his nose, says, "Well, here we are. Here's the Capsy Manor. So,
Your voice is really funny when you do that.
is it? Is it a funny voice? I'm sorry. This is just really stressful. I don't like seeing all these dead people here."
Yeah, I suppose it is a bit stressful. Yeah, I remember this. That western tower that is fallen over. That's where we came face to face with the monster. Got to say, if it was
What kind of monster?
It's big thing. What was hiding under the world and only came out every now and then to end it or something. Big monster. Can't remember its name.
Right. Well, I guess we should look around for, I don't know, like magic traces or something that might indicate where Ashby went, probably.
All right. What's a magic trace?
I don't know, but look for like magic stuff that like an archmage would leave.
Right.
Is this like sparkly poo or something?
I don't know. I don't know a lot of. You're asking me to do stuff that I don't know the answers to, and I just don't have the answers, okay?
Look, you're Ashby's
Okay,
apprentice.
but you're suggesting we do stuff that I don't have the answers to either. I'm not a wizard.
You're a
How
wizard.
would I know what to look for?
You're a wizard and you're his apprentice. It's not unreasonable to ask you how to find him.
Well, right.
We
but
could use
just-
our own wizard.
What?
Kitty cat.
I'm going to do a perception check to see if I can see any evidence of magic stuff.
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check to look for
Oh
magic.
yeah! Big 2-0. Check it out. Read it and weep.
You
Shoot.
rolled performance.
Oh. Oh, even better. Even better. Look at that. Natch.
Burst into song.
Natch 20.
So not only do you perceive absolutely freaking everything in the area around you, you look awesome while you're doing it. You run up the side of a nearby cart and you're just like looking around like a pioneer exploring this place for the first time. Just the most intrepid observer of places that anyone has ever seen before. As you do, with a natural
like a small
20.
child at the play park.
Yeah. As a natural, you got a natural 20. I'm going to go ahead and give it to you. You look and see that there's kind of a clump of people outside of the Cabsey mansion, all extremely well dressed. And you recognize some of them as guests from the party. You see a young drow woman that I don't think any of you spoke to. You see a towering, bald Goliath figure. who restored your memories as part of the heist. You see the lady Cabsy and her butler, who are also in sort of this clump of people. And as you climb to kind of the highest height from which to survey the land around you, you see a bald, dark-skinned head in the middle of this cluster of individuals.
That's Ashby, isn't it?
Looks like it.
I think I can see. You might have noticed that I've just very handsomely perceived everything very well and adroitly. I hope you was noticing. But during that,
You look beautiful. Congratulations.
yeah, during that performative perception that I just did, I noticed that there's a familiar dome over there, which I think is Ashby's noggin. Shall we go and say hello?
No, like I said, Ashby went away. Ashby's in a different place from where he is here.
Well, look, I think that's him over there.
Is it just his noggin?
You can see his shiny head, can't you?
Yeah, he seems to be kind of, this figure that you've seen seems to be surrounded by people at the moment.
All right, so Cupboard's going to run over to this group of people and start squeezing his way through to try and get to Ashby. If he happens to pass the Countess, or whatever her name is, he's going to surreptitiously put a hand into a pocket or two to see if he can find any valuables while she's momentarily incapacitated.
Yeah, go ahead and make a sleight of hand check. So 13. Okay. You manage to. You notice that she seems to have carried a box of some sort out of the mansion with her, potentially, fleeing her ancestral home. And you manage to pry that box out of her fingers. You can't really get to any of sort of the interior pockets or maybe the more valuable stuff is being kept, but you have this box that seems to be locked. But maybe you can pick it later.
Could I see whether the key round her neck unlocks it?
You can try and reach up and take the key, although it's still kind of frozen to her kind of skin. You also remember that the key unlocks the west tower.
Oh, yeah.
Specifically, that's what it's for.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, Goblin, it's not cool to fondle a woman when she's not giving you permission.
Sharp, somebody might steal this box off her, which would be a terrible outcome, so I'm just keeping it safe.
As you do touch the box cupboard, I would like for you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Is it a puzzle box?
I got 7, Games Master.
Yeah, 7. As you start poking around this group of people, you find yourself unable to locate the source of the bald head that you saw from above. Like you recognize a bunch of people from the party, but you don't see Ashby here.
Oops.
That's weird. I thought I saw his head. Now I can't find him.
And you don't see anybody who looks like him that head could have been from.
In fact, his head's completely disappeared. That's very strange. All right.
His body!
Cupboard's going to amble slowly back over to the others, shaking his head, a bit, sort of saying, "What was that? That was very strange."
I mean, I told you, like, he's not here. He went other places.
I saw his head. I swear I saw his head. I saw his bald noggin, just like it was in front of me, like you are now.
I'm sure it would be very helpful if I knew who the heck you were looking for.
Pretty sure there's other bald people in the world. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Like, pretty positive. Maybe.
For sure. I thought about going bald when I did my wizard apprenticeship, like the early days before I came here. But my friends told me it wouldn't be a good look.
I think you can.
Yeah, you look like you've got. I feel like you've got a bit of a squarish head. You probably look a bit weird. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, fair. Nobody likes a square head. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Good point. Good point, Furball. Right. Okay. Well,
okay.
I found this box. Well, what else can we do? Where else can we check?
I mean, I guess we could go look at the tower. I mean, this has just been a complete toss-up. It's just there's nothing here.
Yeah.
Let's go to the tower then.
Okay.
Oh,
Um,
are we going to
I'm
Ashton's
going to
tower?
let them go and look at the tower because I have no clue what's going on here. I'm going to sit down and take a rest.
okay. Go ahead and make a perception check for me, Blavian.
Oh. Perception. 14. Why was it rolling twice? Oh, I've got an ability that gives me advantage, have I?
I don't think so. I
Once.
think maybe you just clicked it twice. That's another natural 20. That's incredible.
Nice.
26!
That's
All
a hell
right.
of a roll.
You sit down in front of the mansion and begin kind of gathering your wits about yourself as Stimpy starts leading Shax and Cupboard off in the direction of, Ajpi's tower. As you do, you, I think you kind of find kind of like a safe perch to take your rest, right? Because you know there are other people in the city.
Yeah.
So you go and find a place from which you can kind of see all around. And you see you see a figure that's been dragged into an alley. And there's something about it that seems familiar.
Is that an elf?
No, it's a smaller person.
Oh. I'll go and take a look then.
Yeah. You go and take a look, and you see a male gnomish figure dressed in grayscale wizard's robes that has identical features to the person who is just now escorting your friends through the city.
Okay.
Oh, the plot thickens.
I could cut his throat right now and just pretend it didn't happen.
You must have a brother.
That'd be very Slay Industries of you, Angus.
How very PC of me, yes. I'll slap him about a bit, see if I can get him to wake up.
Okay. You smack him. His face is kind of slow to respond. Okay. You kind of shake him. You get kind of that sense that Cupboard had of just kind of like, it's almost like his body is encased in this molasses as he just moves kind of very slowly in response to your pressure.
Oh, crap. Okay, I'll go after them.
Okay.
But as I get close, I'm going to go to stealth mode.
Okay. Go ahead and make a stealth check.
Oh, shit.
You're good at this, though. Oh, no.
Stealth 11. It's not my forte.
All right. Shax and Cupboard. As you follow Stimpy through the streets of the city, you get a fair amount close to the tower, and then you hear high above your heads this loud roar of some kind of ferocious creature, and you see a dark shadow pass overhead. And Stimpy looks up and says, "Oh no! Quick, hide!" And he runs off to the side.
Cupboard will follow him.
Okay.
Okay. Just gonna roll a die. Interesting.
I've tried to find another place, not exactly where Stimpy is going. A hidey place nearby that is
Very
in a
wise.
different direction.
Sure. Can I get stealth checks from the two of you as well?
Yeah. Sweet.
Oh, sorry, that's a 9 from Cupboard.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought that was a previous roll.
No, sadly.
Cupboard, you hear this frightening roar. You see this shadow passing overhead. Your ancestral run and hide instincts kick in, and you scramble towards a building. You jump into a window in an attempt to get away. You also shatter the window.
Good. Good.
Not realizing that there was glass there, and kind of alerting everyone in the vicinity to the fact that you're nearby.
It's okay, I'm fine. I'm fine. Shush.
Shax, you see a storefront nearby that has one of those waving cat paws in the window, and you just stand opposite that one, and you start doing the same thing with the opposite paw. Just flawless
If it
disguise.
works, it works.
If it works. Blavian, you hear this weird draconic roar sound, and you hear a window shattering up ahead.
Okay. I'll get closer so I can see what's going on.
All
I
right.
don't have. I want eyes on that boy.
Boy, yeah. You move ahead rapidly, and you hear the scuttling of feet across a rooftop to your right.
That's him. Okay. I'm going after him.
Okay. Going to make a quick athletics check just to kind of catch up.
Can we use acrobatics?
Yep.
Good.
18. All right. You do the kind of jumping between buildings thing, and it looks really cool as you jump up. Just in time to see Stimpy Wimple Twiddletwigs apparently running away from you. And he turns to look at you. And you see just kind of this awkward grin on his face. Oh! Hi!
Look over there! And throw the knife.
Yeah, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Okay. I've got 1 hit point, you bastards. Better come and save me. That's a 15.
It's a 15. You see the green glow of some form of mage armor flash up around him, deflecting the knife away.
Okay, it's coming
He
back
says-
to me.
Yeah, it does. Through the air, back in your direction. You hear him say, "Oh, I'm not sure that was necessary." Ugh! And he casts a spell at you. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, fuck. I've never made one of these in my life.
Oh
That
no!
is so sad.
Oh
That is
god!
just
And if I'm
sad.
still alive, the hellish rebuke.
You don't take any damage.
Woo!
Shax and Cupboard, you what's the word I'm looking for? You hear the sounds of Blavian shouting nearby, and the sounds of weapons clinking on the surface of a roof, and then a soft thump, and then silence.
Okay.
Hellish rebuke?
That sounded weird. What's going on with the draconic roar and the shadow above?
You don't hear it, and then in the window that you just shattered, Cupboard, you see Stimpy's head pop up, and he says, "Well, all clear. Time to go."
What was that thump?
Thump?
Yeah, I heard a noise like something crumpling.
I didn't hear anything.
Oh, must have been my imagination. Where's the furball?
The furball?
Yeah.
I don't know. I actually don't see where she went.
Okay, so I would like to sneakily try to find the place where I heard the little thump from. No, where that came.
Yeah, you use your cat claws to clamber up on the roof, and you see Blavian a short distance away, kind of sitting down in a daze.
All right. Has he got 0 hit points now at this point?
He's just kind of sitting there.
All right. I'm going to approach him and tap his shoulder and see what's up.
Yeah, you lightly tap his shoulders. You don't get a response.
Okay, I slap him pretty hard across the face.
You slap him pretty hard.
Yeah.
Okay. You knock him unconscious because he had 1 hit point left.
Okay, perfect. So has he got like 0 points now at this point?
He's at 0 points. He's unstable.
Perfect. So I'm going to use Spare the Dying.
Okay.
On
He is now stable. He is at no risk of dying.
There you go. That worked. Genius.
You hear
Right.
Stimpy's voice in the distance. Shax, we're ready to go.
Okay, so I try to kind of drag our fellow tiefling somewhere, so that we hide in a bit of a darkness, so we can't be found. Does that make sense?
You're hiding the body. I get you. I follow you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very wise.
Yeah, you find a. It's not. You find a nice, safe little corner where you can tuck the body away and it won't be noticed.
Right. Okay. But he's stable nonetheless.
Yeah, he's stable. He'll
Right.
wake up in a few hours.
Okay, that's good. Um.
Furball, where
Okay,
are you?
So I'll hide him and I'll try to appear from the place where I was hiding before I got to the tiefling. Before I got
Yeah,
to
go ahead and make just a
Blavian.
general
Sorry.
stealth check to kind of pull all of this off.
Yeah, I know it's a bit complex. Maybe I'm just overcomplicating it, who knows. Anyways.
15, okay. Cupboard, what is your passive perception? Lots of skill checks in this game.
+4.
So 14.
Oh no,
Okay.
sorry. Yes, 14. Yep.
All right. You see these cat statues in front of a building with waving arms, and one of them resolves into Shax.
I love those cat statues. Excellent. Where have you been, Furball? Where's Fabian?
I don't know. I actually don't know. I haven't seen him in a while.
Wonder where he went. Alright, fair enough. Well, he can probably look after himself. He's got all those knives. He's a big boy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he will be alright.
Alright then. Stimpy, I don't suppose you know where Blavian is, do you?
I have no idea, no earthly idea, none whatsoever.
Right, yeah. No, you sound completely convincing and not at all suspicious. Alright then, on we go.
All right. As Blavian is leaned unconscious against the wall in a nearby alley, and Cupboard and Shax make their way towards Ajpi's tower in the company of Stimpy? Question mark?
Question
that's where
mark,
we're-
question mark, question mark.
Yeah.
I think that's where we're gonna go ahead and call it for tonight.
Jolly good.
That was fun. I was very convinced it was Stimpy. I was very excited to see this guy again, but apparently not.
Yeah.
Maybe it is
Who
Stimpy.
knew?
For rest. You bastards! Look what you did to my hit points.
I think my favourite
Cupboard didn't do anything.
That was all you, Yana.
My favourite bit was
It
I
really
give him
was.
a. My favourite bit was I give him a slap. Okay, well you knock him unconscious because he had 1 hit point.
Oh dear.
I'm not sorry, that was very funny.
Oh,
Don't worry. Don't worry. There will be sweet vengeance.
I am
It'll probably be
sure.
fine.
Maybe not even sweet. I don't know.
maybe sour.
Could be. Could be.
All right. Well, thank you, viewers, for joining us for this little jaunt to the world of Ivar. I believe we're going to be back next week, probably an hour earlier. just so we can have a little bit of a longer gaming time.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Sorry
In the
about
meantime,
that.
I'll sleep it off.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Night, night.
Good night.
Night, night. Thank you.